Part 14. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 131. Listening to Shen Xian's words, Li Yang fell silent. Shen Xian has a way to directly contact other civilizations, but once contacted, it means that the Earth will be directly exposed to other civilizations. The fate of the extremely weak Earth at that time will only be pinned on the softness of other powerful civilizations, so Shen Xian did not dare to do so. According to his understanding, most of the planets that were taken over did not have a good fate. Although there are also benevolent rulers, that is an extremely small probability. Shen Xian would not choose to gamble with the fate of the Earth on this tiny probability. Shen Xian continued, if there are people who break through to the realm of law before the age of 30 on Planet Zero, then Planet Zero is a potential planet. For potential planets, human cosmic civilization will pay much attention to it and will send people to assist its development. The managers are still Earthlings. I have been waiting for the genius of our Earth to appear. One is to directly send people to forcibly manage the Earth, and the other is that the Earthlings continue to manage the Earth, but people from other foreign civilizations are assisting. There is naturally a huge difference between the two. Li Yang did not speak. Shen Xian's words proved that Shen Xian must have been over 30 years old when he broke through to the realm of law. As if knowing what Li Yang was thinking, Shen Xian said, I was already 35 years old when I broke through to the realm of law. If I exceeded the standard, I would not be recognized by human cosmic civilization. So, I established Tianyuan Palace, showed my strength, and even fought a battle with the United States, just to improve the status of practitioners. As long as it is improved, each country will pay attention to practitioners. Only those with cultivation talent will stand out. As long as there is a practitioner on our Earth who can comprehend certain laws before the age of 30 and break through to the realm of law, I will immediately contact other human civilizations and expose the existence of the Earth. Shen Xian was talking, and Li Yang was shocked. In fact, he had a little doubt before. The practitioners were suddenly exposed decades ago. They were very hidden before, and no one knew about it. I didn't expect that these were all done deliberately by Shen Xian, and even the battle against the mushroom egg was done deliberately by him. I told you some things about alien civilizations, and now I will tell you about the alien. Shen Xian continued, I am developing the Earth, discovering people with cultivation talents everywhere, hoping that a true genius will appear, and then bring the Earth into contact with other civilizations. However, the genius has not yet appeared. 20 years ago, a person from an alien civilization named Jin Mora came to the Earth and discovered mineral resources on Mars and the Moon. Mineral resources, Li Yang was stunned. Yes. Li Yang, we don't have many resources on Earth, but on Mars and the Moon, there are many precious mineral resources. These resources will make even the cultivators at the Wanshao realm very excited. Wanshao realm, this is a realm above the Law realm. After a little explanation, Shen Xian said, those resources are very suitable for mining when the Earth is in contact with other civilizations and is a free planet. Our Earth can cooperate with other planets, and the entire Earth can develop rapidly. It's a pity that they were discovered by Jin Mora. If it is a planet without potential, and the Earth is taken over by someone, then the Earthlings have no say over the resources on Mars and the Moon. Who knows how the manager will deal with them? It is very likely that all resources will be sold, and only a very small part will be given to the Earth. Only when the Earth has autonomy can those resources bring huge benefits to the Earth. Shen Xian had a solemn look on his face. When Jin Mora discovered those mineral veins, he wanted to get rid of the Earth and kill the practitioners on the Earth, so that the mineral veins would be his. However, not long after he took action, I fought with him, and then he also knew that I could contact alien civilizations at any time, so Jin Mora did not dare to act rashly and left the Earth. Hearing this, Li Yang wondered, Palace Master, why is he afraid? Jin Mora also belongs to an alien civilization. If he notifies people to come over casually, the Earth will definitely not be able to resist. It came to the Earth 20 years ago, and nothing has happened to the Earth until now. Because of greed. Shen Xian said in a deep voice, according to my speculation, this Jin Mora is not a powerful person. Li Yang, if you find a medicinal garden full of spiritual fruits, will you keep it for yourself or notify others to share it? Hearing this, Li Yang understood it all at once. For example, if you take 100 million by yourself, it is 100 million. If 10 people come to share, then each person can only get 10 million. If the status in the group is not high, then the share will definitely be less, maybe a few million. If there is a choice, basically no one will choose to share with others. That Jin Mora wants to monopolize those mineral veins, and if he continues to kill the cultivators on Earth, I will directly fight to the death and expose the Earth to foreign civilizations. Once exposed, the large forces of human civilization in the universe will arrive. Even if the Earth is taken over, we will at least not be in danger of our lives. And after being taken over, those mineral resources will also be mined by the takeover, and that Jin Mora will have nothing. Li Yang nodded. Once the Earth is exposed, Jin Mora will never have a chance to get the resources on Mars and the Moon. And Shen Xian has the means to directly expose the Earth, so Jin Mora is of course extremely wary. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang asked, Palace Master, where is that Jin Mora now? Shen Xian said, he should be digging for mineral resources on Mars. Mining. Li Yang was silent. It was this mining. Aliens who don't have much status and power in the universe, if Shen Xian is not there, the entire Earth will fall into an extremely dangerous situation. So, the current situation on the Earth is very dangerous. That Jin Mora has fought with me several times and wanted to kill me, but I also have my own means. I set up corresponding means on that civilization instrument. If I don't give any instructions to that civilization instrument for 24 hours, then the civilization instrument will take the initiative to send a message, contact the alien civilization, and expose the Earth, Shen Xian said in a deep voice. There is only one possibility in that situation, that is, he has been killed. The gap between the low realm and the spirit realm is too big. Just like before, the power of the spirit realm on the entire Earth could not open the relic space, but Shen Xian opened it easily. If there is no low realm on the Earth, and then facing the low realm Jin Mora, then the fate of the Earth can be imagined. That Jin Mora is crazy and cold-blooded, and it is even possible to eliminate all life on the Earth. In that case, all the mineral veins on Mars, the Moon, etc. will belong to Kimura. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 132. For alien civilizations, the destruction of the weak Earth would not cause them any emotional fluctuations at all. Therefore, if Shen Xian is really gone, and there is no one on Earth who can fight against Jin Mora in the low realm, then actively exposing the Earth is the best choice. Even if the fate of the Earth may not be good after being taken over, it is better than the destruction of the planet. Li Yang took a deep breath. He did not expect that the Earth would be threatened so much at this time. Seeing Li Yang's serious expression, Shen Xian said again, Li Yang, don't be too nervous. That Jin Mora can't do anything to the Earth. Otherwise, there would be no action for 20 years. He wants to dominate all resources and mine all resources on Mars and the Moon. And what we have to do on Earth is to have someone who breaks through to the low realm before the age of 30. As long as he appears, all crises can be quickly resolved, and you have great hope now. There was eagerness in his eyes. From the awakening realm to the low realm, what is needed is to comprehend the law. The light ball I gave you before contains a trace of the thunder and lightning law. As long as you can comprehend it thoroughly, you will have a good chance of breaking through. Now, the strongest genius on Earth is undoubtedly Li Yang, and Shen Xian also puts his hope on Li Yang. Sphere? Thunder and lightning law. Hearing this, Li Yang thought of the sphere before. He often looked at the sphere, but he couldn't see anything. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang's soul communicated with Hun Mo at this time. Hun Mo, my Thunder Star Beast clone is born, it should be able to comprehend the thunder and lightning law quickly, and then it can break through to the low realm, right? The Thunder Star Beast clone, if it really grows up, can even break through to the world realm. Of course. Hun Mo was in a very good mood at this time, and said, the Thunder Star Beast can be bred in 6 days. Once it is bred, it will probably help you break through in a month. Haha, God really helps me. Once you break through, Shen Xian will contact the alien civilization, and then you can go to other civilizations. The Earth is too barren. Once Li Yang is brought to the universe, he will grow up quickly. Ignoring the excited Hun Mo, Li Yang looked at Shen Xian and said solemnly, Palace Master, I will definitely practice well and strive to break through to the low realm in the future. He only needs to wait another month. Yeah. Shen Xian had a smile on his face, and he also had great expectations for Li Yang. Your strength has reached the peak of the king realm now, and the weapon in your hand should not be suitable. I will give you this weapon. He waved his right hand, and then a black heavy sword appeared. This is the Obsidian Sword, a second-level secret pattern magic weapon, which can directly increase your attack power by 5 times. Increase 5 times, hearing this, Li Yang's eyes lit up. With the peak strength of the king level, and a 5-fold increase in attack, even the American Jin Charlie can't withstand a single blow from him, right? While he was talking, suddenly, an exit appeared in front of him. The entrance to the ruins space has arrived. Okay, Li Yang, I'm leaving first. You should practice well. If you have anything, you can call me directly, Shen Xian said. He seemed to have a lot of things to do. After he finished speaking, his figure flashed and soon disappeared. Li Yang was left standing at the exit, thinking to himself, low realm. He took a deep breath. In more than a month, he would be able to step into this realm. At that time, the Earth would begin to contact other civilizations and develop rapidly. While thinking in his heart, Jonquilin, a king-level cultivator from Tianyuan Palace, flew out not far away. Jonquilin's strength in Tianyuan Palace is average, but he has a special identity, that is, he belongs to the country. Cultivators are actually separate from the country. Like decades ago, there were even battles between the country and the cultivators. Now, each country has a cooperative relationship with the cultivators in its own country, but some cultivators belong to the country. Jonquilin looked at Li Yang and thought to himself, I didn't expect Li Yang's current strength to reach the peak of the king level, and even defeated Jin Charlie from the United States. He is only 18 years old, and he may be another Shen Xian in the future. I must make friends with him. Jonquilin thought in his heart, report this news quickly. From the early stage of the king level to the peak of the king level, his identity, status, and degree of attention must be improved by several levels. But before he made the call, Jonquilin's phone suddenly rang. He looked at it and answered, I am Jonquilin. After saying a few words, Jonquilin's face suddenly changed slightly. Okay, I know. I came out of the relic space. In the relic space, Li Yang showed the peak strength of the king level and defeated Jin Charlie of the United States, which immediately improved Li Yang's potential level. After saying a few words, he hung up the phone. Then, Jonquilin flew directly to Li Yang. Li Yang. Jonquilin, what's the matter with you? Seeing the middle-aged man in front of him, Li Yang asked in confusion. He and Jonquilin were not very familiar with each other. Li Yang, it's like this, we pay a little attention to your parents, Jonquilin said. Attention. Hearing this, Li Yang looked at Jonquilin. He knew that Jonquilin was from the country. Li Yang, don't mind. This is to pay attention to your parents' tracks when they go out. If you find any danger, you can stop it quickly. These will not have any impact on your parents' lives. What is Li Yang's identity? The youngest king level in China, or even on the entire Earth. His future achievements are limitless, and the higher UPS will certainly choose to make friends with him with all their strength, and at the same time pay a little attention to his family. Seeing that Li Yang didn't speak, Jonquilin continued, and more than 20 minutes ago, your parents almost had a car accident. What? Hearing this, Li Yang's face changed drastically. His family has always been what he cares about most. His parents almost had a car accident? According to the time when your parents had a car accident and the time when the news of your death came out in the relic space was less than 10 minutes away, Jonquilin said. Hearing this, Li Yang's face suddenly became gloomy. Is it man-made? His face was gloomy, and he instantly thought of the Zheng family. In the relic space, it was also Zheng who suddenly attacked him and wanted to kill him. Is it the Zheng family? Li Yang asked in a deep voice. Not sure. Jonquilin shook his head and said, we are investigating now, and the results of the investigation will probably come out soon. Li Yang, please wait a moment. Also, don't worry about your parents' safety, there are people protecting them now. Hearing this, Li Yang was silent for a moment and said, thank you. His eyes were full of gloom at this time. Zheng family, do you dare to deal with my family? At this time, Li Yang suddenly had a huge murderous intention in his heart. Zheng who came to seek death, and now the entire Zheng family is also seeking death. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 133. Li Yang had great murderous intentions towards the Zheng family because his parents almost had an accident. On the other side, the news about Jonquilin spread back, causing a huge shock. Li Yang's strength has reached the peak of king level. Even Charlie Kim from the United States is no match for him. He's improving so fast. 18-year-old king level peak. Li Yang will definitely become a being like Shen Xian in the future. We have a normal relationship with Shen Xian, Li Yang must win over us. Taiwan Novel Network Rightward arrow. Quickly, investigate the cause of Li Yang's parents' accident. If it is the Zheng family, we must not let the Zheng family escape. I have made arrangements to send Li Feng, the peak of the heaven level. If it is really the Zheng family who did it, they will not be able to escape. As the news about Li Yang spread, the attention paid to Li Yang by the superiors instantly rose to a higher level. Just kidding, 18 years old, the second strongest person on Earth. Even Shen Xian couldn't reach this level at this age. If Shen Xian dies, then Li Yang will be the strongest person on Earth. For a time, the matter of Li Yang's parents was immediately listed as a major case, and the Zheng family was immediately blocked and their phone calls were blocked. Personnel blockade. Under such efficient investigation, the Zheng family soon surfaced. Now is the information age, phone messages, etc. If we really go all out to investigate these, we will definitely be able to investigate them soon. As soon as the results were found, Jonquilin told Li Yang. Li Yang's face was gloomy, not hiding the murderous intent in his eyes. The Zheng family, you are really looking for death. Zheng Hu and Zheng Yi are already on his must-kill list if they dare to deal with his parents. Li Yang, we have sent people to arrest Zheng Qian and Zheng Yi, and will escort them to Tianyuan Palace. Jonquilin looked at the furious Li Yang and said quickly. With his initial king-level strength, facing Li Yang, who was at the peak of the king level, he would be instantly killed. At this time, there was a trace of awe in his words. Li Yang said solemnly, I will go to Tianyuan Palace and judge them personally. He and Jonquilin took a fighter plane and headed directly to Beijing. Jingxi, Zheng family. Zheng Qian was still refining the spirit fruit in the room, but Zheng Yi's face was obviously not good looking. You managed to escape? Li Yang's parents are really unlucky. Zheng Yi looked ugly. Although he would not kill Li Yang's parents, he still wanted them to be punished a little, so as to eliminate his resentment towards Li Yang in his heart, but the first attempt failed. Humph. Li Yang is not here, so I have plenty of time to deal with you. If I fail this time, I won't fail again next time. A ferocious smile appeared on Zheng Yi's lips. He had plenty of time. At this moment, a fighter plane suddenly flew over, and several figures jumped out from the fighter plane and came to their yard. Li Feng, Jiang Su, Zhao Xian. Seeing these three people, Zheng Yi's expression changed. Li Feng is a peak heaven level cultivator. Although Jiang Su and Zhao Xian have not reached the peak of heaven level, they are still in the late stages of heaven level. How come these three people suddenly came to their home in this way? Suddenly, a door opened and Zheng Qian walked out directly. Zheng Qian's face was not very good. He looked at Li Feng and the others and said in a deep voice, Li Feng, what are you doing? Although Li Feng and the other three are stronger than him, his father Zheng Hu is king level. And he has now reached the late stage of heaven level. If you give him some more time, he might even reach the peak of heaven level. Therefore, he is not very afraid of Li Feng and the others. Dad, seeing Zheng Qian coming out, Zheng Yi was shocked and walked to him quickly. Zheng Qian, Zheng Yi, we are here to arrest you this time, Li Feng said quietly. Capture me. Hearing this, Zheng Qian seemed to think that he had heard wrongly. A sneer appeared on his face and he said, Li Feng, what crime have I committed? He glanced at the three of them. My father is still in the ruins space. When he comes out of the ruins space, I will call him and explain your behavior to him. Three heaven-level people dare to deal with their Zheng family. His father is now a mid-level king-level cultivator. Ranked among the top 20 in terms of strength on Earth. Hearing what Zheng Qian said, Li Feng said quietly, Zheng Hu wanted to kill Lord Li Yang in the ruins space, but now he has been killed by Lord Li Yang. The calm words reached Zheng Qian's ears, but they were like a bolt from the blue. My father was killed by Li Yang. His father was in the mid-level king level. Even if he couldn't kill Li Yang, how could he be killed by Li Yang? Li Feng said calmly, the scene where Zheng Hu was killed was witnessed by many people. Lord Li Yang's current strength has reached the peak of king level, and his strength is second only to Palace Master Shen Xian. As for Zheng Qian, you father and son, the evidence is conclusive against Li Yang's parents. Tianyuan Palace has a strict order that prohibits taking action against ordinary people, but you dare to violate it. Now we are here to arrest you and take you to Tianyuan Palace for trial. He looked at Zheng Qian and Zheng Yi with a hint of pity in his eyes. Speaking of which, the Zheng family is definitely a top family, and not many people dare to provoke it. But they actually provoked Li Yang. In a short period of time, Li Yang has continued to rise, and now he has peak king level strength, and is known as the next Shen Xian. Who dares to provoke? It can be said that Zheng Qian and Zheng Yi are not far from death. The peak of king level. At this time, Zheng Qian's mind was roaring, and it was difficult to accept the news of his father's death. At this time, knowing Li Yang's strength, he was even more shocked. How is it possible? How could Li Yang's strength reach the peak of the king level? It's only been a month. For a month, his father kept refining resources, but he just reached the middle stage of the king level. Even if Li Yang kept refining resources, how could his strength improve so much? Suddenly, his eyes looked at Zheng Yi next to him. Needless to say, the attack on Li Yang's parents must have been arranged by Zheng Yi. Zheng Yi's face was full of horror at this time. In the relic space, Li Yang did not die, but his grandfather died, and his attack on Li Yang's parents was exposed. Impossible, my grandfather is so powerful, he got all the treasures in the relic space, and he can become the strongest in the world in the future. Our Zheng family will have 3 kings in the future. How could he die? Zheng Yi was completely panicked at this time. Zheng Gan, you and your son, come with us, Li Feng said calmly. He, Jiang Su, and Zhao Xian stood in different directions to prevent Zheng Gan from escaping. Zheng Gan's face kept changing at this time. He knew what fate would await him once he followed back to Tianyuan Palace. Attacking ordinary people was a capital crime. And his son Zheng Yi attacked Li Yang's parents. Li Yang, at this time, was at the peak of the king level, the strongest person except Shen Xian. With a changing face, Zheng Gan suddenly took out a white fruit and swallowed it directly. Boom! As soon as the fruit was swallowed, Zheng Gan's momentum fluctuation suddenly broke out, and this momentum fluctuation completely reached the peak of the heaven level. This is a spiritual fruit that can increase strength in a short period of time. I am innocent, you are not qualified to arrest me, Zheng Gan said angrily. Whoosh! His figure swept, the speed was extremely fast, and he turned around and fled. If he surrendered, there would be no chance at all, but now if he fought hard, he might have a chance to survive. As long as he escaped, the earth was so big, with his strength, he didn't believe that Li Yang could find him. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 134. Boom! The terrifying momentum wave erupted. Zheng Gan had the spiritual fruit given by Zheng Hu, and those spiritual fruits naturally improved his strength. Under the effect of those spiritual fruits, Zheng Gan's strength at this time has completely reached the peak of the heavenly level. This is the maximum improvement, and it cannot be improved any further. At this time, Zheng Gan had only one idea, that is, to escape. With the resources in my hands, as long as I escape, I will definitely reach the king level in a month. Then I will naturally have a place to go. His life has just begun, and it is impossible to choose to obey death. With the strength of the king, who can find him if he hides? Zheng Gan, do you dare to resist? Seeing Zheng Gan suddenly rise up, Li Feng immediately shouted angrily. Zheng Gan dared to choose to resist the order of Tianyuan Palace. Facing his shouting, Zheng Gan ignored it. I must escape. I want to reach the king level, and I will seek revenge on Li Yang in the future. I must not die. At this time, Zheng Gan's mind was full of such thoughts. He will not let others bully him. Li Feng had actually been on guard against Zheng Gan before. After Zheng Gan suddenly jumped up, he directly blocked in front of Zheng Gan. He waved the sword in his hand, trying to stop Zheng Gan. Get out of the way! Zheng Gan roared, swung his right fist, and attacked the sword directly. He actually chose to take this attack head-on. And under this attack, a mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth, but Li Feng was also injured. He actually chose to fight with injuries in exchange for injuries. However, under the spiritual fruit that increased his strength, Zheng Gan's strength was not affected at all. He also repelled the other two and fled madly to the distance. No, Zheng Gan is going to escape. Chase him! Li Feng and others saw this and their faces changed suddenly. Zheng Gan's previous strength was only at the early stage of the heavenly level, which was the weakest among the heavenly level. This time, Li Feng and his 3 people, 1 at the peak of the heavenly level and 2 at the late heavenly level. Such strength can definitely easily defeat Zheng Gan. But they didn't expect Zheng Gan's strength to be so strong. Not only did he reach the late heavenly level, but he also reached the peak of heavenly level after swallowing the fruit that increased his strength. This was completely beyond their expectations. After all, few people knew about Zheng Hu's chance before. Moreover, Zheng Hu was only at the early stage of king level in the eyes of everyone until his death. The 3 of them hurriedly chased after him. However, everyone had the same strength. If they really wanted to escape, the probability of escape was still very high. However, Li Feng and his friends also made a prompt decision. The situation has changed. Zheng Gan's real strength is at the late heavenly level. Report immediately. Block the area to prevent Zheng Gan from leaving. They immediately called to report. Boom. At this moment, a powerful momentum wave suddenly burst out, and a middle-aged man flew directly from the void. It's Lord Qian Li. Seeing this king-level cultivator coming, Li Feng and his friends' eyes lit up, and they breathed a sigh of relief. The terrifying momentum wave spread, and Zheng Gan, who was fleeing frantically in front, slowed down at once. The madness on his face disappeared, and a trace of despair appeared at this time. There was no hope. Even if he swallowed the fruit that increased his strength, he could only reach the peak of the heavenly level at most, and he would never be the opponent of the king-level cultivator. Zheng Gan, you violated the rules of Tianyuan Palace. Now go to Tianyuan Palace with Zheng Yi. Qian Li stood in the void and said indifferently. In the distance, Zheng Yi was arrested and came over. At this time, his face was full of horror. How did the situation become like this in such a short time? He envisioned that the Zheng family would have 3 king-level people in the future and would become the first family, but all of this was suddenly gone. After taking a look at his son Zheng Yi, Zheng Gan stopped looking at him. He knew that he had to deal with Li Yang's parents, but he did not agree. This was Zheng Yi's own decision. However, the relationship Zheng Yi used was his, and he could not escape responsibility. There was no more commotion, and Zheng Gan and his son were escorted to Tianyuan Palace. Buzz. The fighter plane roared and landed in a place in Tianyuan Palace. Li Yang and Zhang Quilin flew out of the fighter plane. Li Yang. Seeing Li Yang, Qian Li flew over immediately, his face full of smiles, and there was obviously a trace of awe in his eyes. Just kidding, with the peak strength of the King Realm, Li Yang can easily kill him in seconds. Facing such a strong man, he was of course in awe. For a cultivator, it is the most stupid to be disrespectful to the strong. Li Yang nodded and asked, Qian Li, where are Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi? Qian Li said with a little respect, Li Yang, the matter of Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi has been fully investigated, and the evidence is conclusive. If you are willing, Li Yang, you can deal with them directly. Okay. Li Yang nodded and went directly to a place with Qian Li. For Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi, he was filled with murderous intent. Soon, they came to a place where there were more than a dozen cultivators. Look, it's Li Yang. Li Yang's strength has reached the peak of the king level. Even the second strongest person, Charlie Jin from the United States, is not his opponent. His strength is second only to the palace master. Incredible, how did Li Yang practice? How could his strength improve so quickly? Li Yang is now the second strongest person on earth. These practitioners looked at Li Yang with awe in their eyes. Master Li Yang. All those below the king level addressed him with great respect. Below, the controlled Zheng Gan also looked at Li Yang, his eyes full of complex emotions, resentment, malice, anger, unwillingness. Many emotions piled up together. More than a month ago, he hated Li Yang very much and always wanted to abolish Li Yang and avenge his son. At that time, his father was king level and he was heaven level. Li Yang, who was only 18 years old, was just like an ant in his eyes. However, only a month later, his biggest backer, his father of king level strength, was killed by Li Yang, and he and his son will also be judged and face death. Li Yang, I didn't expect you to reach this point today, Zheng Gan said in a deep voice. Li Yang looked indifferent and said, Zheng Gan, you shouldn't deal with my family. What else do you have to say now? Hearing his words, Zheng Gan smiled grimly and said, Li Yang, I just want to say that I only regret not killing you when we first met. His eyes were full of madness and resentment. You have no chance, Li Yang said calmly. He clenched his right hand, and a bolt of lightning appeared, directly covering Zheng Gan. As the lightning covered him, Zheng Gan's vitality quickly disappeared. However, there was no fear on his face, only resentment and malice. In the end, his life was completely extinguished. Zheng Gan died. Thanks to Banzhengliangliang Daoshang for the 2000 reward, and thanks to 08A and book friend 2022041718191797 for the 100 reward. Thank you. Please give me a monthly ticket and a recommendation ticket. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 135. Zheng Gan died, and then the lightning enveloped Zheng Yi again. No. Unlike Zheng Gan, Zheng Yi's face was full of fear at this time. He felt a sharp pain in his body, and looked at the indifferent young man in the lightning. Suddenly, he thought of the scene when he first met Li Yang. I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network rightward arrow. Because of a 7-color orchid fruit, he investigated Li Yang's identity, and after confirming that Li Yang had no backers behind him, he wanted to abolish Li Yang directly. Afterwards, the fight between Li Yang and him, his father, and his grandfather has continued to this day. At this time, his grandfather and father all died in Li Yang's hands, and he was about to die. If I had known earlier, I would never provoke Li Yang. At the last moment of his life, Zheng Yi finally regretted it. Everything now is because of the 7-color orchid fruit, because of his greed at the time. It was because of this little greed that the Zheng family was brought to a place of no return. However, everything was too late. Then, all the fluctuations of Zheng Yi's aura disappeared. The Zheng family was destroyed. Everyone present was watching, without any sympathy on their faces. Everyone present was a cultivator, and each cultivator had his own family, and they were also worried that their family would be dealt with by other cultivators. After all, cultivators are like supermen in front of ordinary people. Ordinary people have no power to resist at all. Dare to attack family members, this is what all cultivators resist and hate. Li Yang. Seeing Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi die, Zhang Quilin smiled and said, "You are now so powerful, do you want to hold a celebration ceremony?" Hearing this, Li Yang shook his head and said, "Not for the time being, I want to go back to Linhai City first." Hearing this, Zhang Quilin smiled and said, "Yes, family matters are important, and the celebration ceremony will be discussed later." At this time, Li Yang really wanted to see his family as soon as possible. When he heard that his parents were in trouble, he panicked. "This time I got a lot of treasures in the relic space, which can pile up the strength of my parents," Li Yang thought silently in his heart. With his current resources, it is enough to make Li Kuahe and Zhao Rou become king-level practitioners. Now, go home. Li Yang boarded the fighter plane and quickly went to Linhai City. From killing Zheng Hu to leaving the relic space, he returned to Tianyuan Palace 2 hours later. After these 2 hours, the news that Li Yang had the peak strength of the king level also spread rapidly. At an airport in Beijing, Zhao Gangxing and Zhao Kun got off the plane. At this time, Zhao Gangxing's face was still slightly gloomy. Li Yang broke through to the king level. Even if Li Yang had a bad relationship with their Zhao family, Zhao Rou and Li Kuahe did not reject contact with them. With this as a breakthrough, Zhao Gangxing believed that as long as there was enough time, Li Yang would definitely have an inseparable relationship with their Zhao family. However, Li Yang suddenly died in the relic space. This was completely bad news for him. Because Li Yang is dead, would their previous approach to Li Yang cause dissatisfaction in the Zheng family? Buzz. When he turned on his phone, there were many missed calls and messages on his phone. What's going on? Why so many calls? Zhao Gangxing frowned slightly. When he was on the plane before, his phone was in flight mode and he couldn't receive calls. After opening the unread message, Zhao Gangxing looked at what happened. When he saw it, his pupils shrank slightly, and his eyes showed an extremely shocked look. Not only him, but also Zhao Kun next to him. Li Yang's strength has reached the peak of the king level. He killed Zheng Hu in the relic space and killed Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi in Tianyuan Palace. Zhao Kun's face was full of disbelief, as if he thought he had seen it wrong. Next to him, Zhao Gangxing's face was dull. Looking at the message, he murmured, "The Zheng family is destroyed." The powerful Zheng family has worried him for decades. There is a king-level and a sky-level Zheng family. At this time, it was destroyed by Li Yang alone. And Li Yang, at this time, has the peak strength of the king level and even defeated the second strongest person on earth. His eyes were dull for a while, and suddenly Zhao Gangxing said, "Quick, return to Linhai City." He said anxiously, "The second strongest man on earth." He knew what this meant. When he said this, Zhao Gangxing's eyes showed great regret again. He heard that Li Yang was dead, and he chose to leave Linhai City immediately, worried that the Zheng family would be dissatisfied with them. Now he has returned to Jing City and received news that Li Yang was not only alive, but also completely destroyed the Zheng family. Before, he had been thinking that if there was another choice, he would definitely stand on Li Yang's side and would not make mistakes again. However, when the choice really appeared this time, he made the wrong choice again. At this time, even with Zhao Gangxing's scheming, he wanted to slap himself hard. Why can't he hold on for a few hours? If Li Yang knew that he would leave Linhai City as soon as he heard the news of his death. Originally, Li Yang was very dissatisfied with him and the Zhao family. Now, Zhao Gangxing feels that the relationship between their Zhao family and Li Yang has become much farther away. In Linhai City, Li Qiahe and Zhao Rou were at home. Yang Yang said he would be back soon, Zhao Rou said with a smile. As for the previous car accident, they didn't know what happened. Li Yang didn't tell them in detail. Li Qiahe smiled and said, "Yang Yang is so strong now, there will be no danger." As they were talking, Li Yang had returned to the community and was talking to Zhou Yao on the phone. The Zhou family received the news about Li Yang being killed before, but they didn't tell Zhou Yao. This made Zhou Yao not know about it at all. Later, Li Yang showed his peak king-level strength, and the news of killing Zheng Hu came, which made the Zhou family excited all of a sudden. "Li Yang, I'll come to Linhai City to find you on the weekend," Zhou Yao said with a smile on the phone. "Okay, I'll pick you up then," Li Yang said with a smile. After talking for a while, he looked at his home, opened the door and walked in. "Dad, Mom." Seeing his parents, Li Yang smiled. Outside is the day of a cultivator, but when he returns home, his heart can be completely calm. "Dad, Mom, this is what happened, but Zheng Gan and Zheng Yi are dead, and the potential danger has completely disappeared." Li Yang did not hide anything and told his parents about the incident. The previous car accident was caused by Zheng Gan and his friends, and now Zheng Gan and his friends are dead. Li Qiahe and Zhao Rou were obviously shocked. They were naturally very familiar with Zheng Gan, and Zhao Rou was kicked out of the Zhao family because of Zheng Gan, and Li Qiahe had cancer, and Zhao Gan did not save him because of Zheng Gan. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 136. Unexpectedly, Zheng Qian would eventually face such a fate. Of course, they didn't agree with Zheng Qian's fate, and some just sighed. "Mom and Dad, these are some spiritual fruits I got in that ruined space. After you swallow them, your physical fitness can be greatly improved." After Li Yang finished speaking, he took out the spiritual fruit from his backpack. He now has 8 complete 3-striped golden fruits in his backpack. This kind of fruit can greatly improve the physical fitness of ordinary people even if they take it. Searched can on Google. At this time, Li Yang has enough power to easily stack them up to the peak of the heaven level. I just stay at home these days, Li Yang said with a smile. He plans to use the spirit fruit to enhance the strength of his parents to king level. As long as he reaches it, there are not many people on earth who can deal with his parents. Yang, these spiritual fruits are useful to you. Yes, Yang, your mother and I are not cultivators. Seeing Li Yang take out the spiritual fruit, Li Kuahe and Zhaoro quickly said that these must be effective on Li Yang. Dad, Mom, my strength has now reached the peak of the king level, and these spiritual fruits have no effect on me, Li Yang said with a smile. After hearing what Li Yang said, Li Kuahe and Zhaoro nodded. The two of them can use it if their son doesn't need it, but they can never use it if Li Yang needs it. Swallow this spiritual fruit directly. Parents, you guys take a bite first to get used to the spiritual power. Next, Li Yang began to guide his parents in refining the three-grained golden fruit. The spiritual power of this fruit is very mild and can be quickly absorbed by the human body. At this rate, in more than a week, my parents should be able to reach the peak of the heavenly level, and then they can take the purple gold fruit. Li Yang said secretly in his heart. Next, Li Yang stayed at home and paid attention to the improvement of his parents' strength. In the room, Li Yang held a ball in his right hand and looked at it silently. He didn't know what it was before, but now Li Yang already knew that this ball contained a trace of the law of thunder and lightning. As long as he understands it, he can break through to the realm of law. Li Yang has been watching it these days. He wasn't looking at anything before, but now Li Yang felt a strange fluctuation on it. There seems to be a small lightning snake swimming above. This feeling is extremely wonderful and seems to contain countless mysteries. Li Yang, how do you feel? Soul ink floated out from the soul crystal and looked at Li Yang and asked. Li Yang expressed his feelings. Hearing this, Han Mo nodded and said, your talent for the thunder and lightning law is quite strong. Even if you don't have a Thunder Star Beast clone, you will be able to break through to the law realm with your own talent in the future. Although the law realm is difficult, there are still many people who can understand it. Diamond suit, Diamond suit. Li Yang nodded and was about to say something when suddenly his eyes showed joy. The Thunder Star Beast clone was conceived. At one place on the seabed, a white tree was inconspicuous among the other trees. Li Yang's strength has reached the peak of the king level. In a short period of time, the strength of the world tree clone has also been increasing, and it has also reached the peak of the king level at this time. At this time, a gap appeared in a branch of the world, and a creature the size of a palm swam out. This creature looks very strange, with a rock-like body, purple body, 4 sharp claws, and a tail that is almost as long as the entire body. Everywhere on his body seems to have lightning-like secret patterns. Overall, this creature is very different from the creatures on Earth. Thunder Star Beast clone. Li Yang's face was full of joy. It took more than 30 days for the Thunder Star Beast clone to finally be born. At this time, he completely felt that this Thunder Star Beast clone was himself. Does the Thunder Star Beast clone want to absorb spiritual power? Li Yang felt it carefully, and at this time, there was a strong hunger coming from the Thunder Star Beast clone. This hunger is not about eating, but the idea of growing up. Absorb. Li Yang had heard Han Mo talk about some situations about Thunder Star Beast clones before, so he was no stranger to this. Thinking in his mind, the little Thunder Star Beast clone stayed under the world tree and began to absorb spiritual power. With the absorption, its entire body seemed to be transformed into a black hole all of a sudden. Around it, waves of spiritual power quickly attacked and poured into its body. And with the continuous influx of spiritual power, the strength of the Thunder Star Beast clone continues to increase. Yellow level, Xian level, Earth level, Heaven level. In just 10 minutes, his strength reached the peak of Heaven level. Then, the momentum fluctuations on his entire body suddenly changed. Breakthrough to King level. But after reaching this state, the Thunder Star Beast clone is still absorbing spiritual power, and its strength is increasing rapidly. As its strength increases, the size of the Thunder Star Beast clones also continues to grow. Just like that, with unlimited absorption, more than 3 hours passed in the blink of an eye. At this time, the Thunder Star Beast clone has grown from the size of a palm to more than 3 meters long. And the momentum fluctuations on his body have also reached the maximum. The pinnacle of king level. Feeling the strength of the Thunder Star Beast clone, Li Yang's face was filled with joy. The clones born from the world tree can quickly reach whatever state they are in the body in a short time, and the speed at which a high-level life like the Thunder Star Beast absorbs spiritual power is even more astonishing. Next to him, Han Mo said softly. Now try to comprehend the law of thunder and lightning in this ball of light. Okay. Li Yang nodded, and his eyes turned back to the ball of light in his hand, trying to comprehend the wonderful fluctuations on it. At this time, the soul of the Thunder Star Beast is his soul, and the two are completely common. When he feels the fluctuations of this ball of light, it is equivalent to the Thunder Star Beast clone also feeling it. At this time, with the same ball of light, Li Yang felt that the fluctuations on it were suddenly many times clearer. This feeling is like doing a problem, originally confused, but suddenly enlightened in an instant. He just watched, and there was a faint flash of thunder and lightning on his body. Just 10 minutes later. Boom! The lightning flashing slightly on his body suddenly burst out with extremely terrifying power, which was much stronger than the previous fluctuations. Feeling this power, Li Yang's heart moved. Is this the law of thunder and lightning? At this time, he really felt a trace of thunder and lightning fluctuations in the void, and this thunder and lightning fluctuation, he slightly blessed his attack, and his attack power instantly increased. The law of thunder and lightning, in his perception, is an extremely violent energy between heaven and earth, containing endless origins, and seems to be everywhere. And now he has only touched a little bit. If he can touch all of it, his strength is estimated to be able to destroy the world. Sweat, I have something to do today, so I will take a short break and update twice. I will still update 4 times a day in the future. Thank you for the 2000 reward from Bancheng De Shang, thank you for the 500 reward from Tian's Dragon King, and thank you for the 100 reward from 08A and Ji Yuan Xiaotian. Thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 137. The source of endless thunder and lightning filled the void, but Li Yang could only feel a trace. But even if it's just this, his strength has been greatly improved. It takes 10 minutes to feel a trace of the law of thunder and lightning. Your Thunder Star Beast clone understands it at a normal speed. Han Mo naturally saw at a glance that Li Yang understood the law of lightning. He smiled and said, how is it? You feel what the law is like, right? Yes, Li Yang nodded. He thought for a moment and said, Han Mo, can I break through to the law realm now? How can it be that easy? Hearing this, Han Mo immediately rolled his eyes and said, if you want to break through to the realm of laws, the laws you understand are not just as simple as a trace, you must reach a certain level. However, with the talent of your Thunder Star Beast clone, at the latest 1 month, you can try to break through. Many people will touch the law accidentally, just like getting the right answer to a multiple choice question, but they still have a little understanding of it. Only by truly transforming it into your own and fully understanding it can you truly step into the realm of law. A month, Li Yang nodded. It wasn't a long time. He just had to feel at ease and slowly understand it. Next, Li Yang understood the law with peace of mind, and on the second day after he understood the law of thunder and lightning, both Li Kuahe and Zhao Rou successfully reached the king level. Is this flying in the air? Li Kuahe's face was filled with excitement, and his whole body was suspended in the void. No matter what his state of mind, he felt extremely excited at this time. Next to her, the same goes for Zhao Rou. Becoming a king-level cultivator was something they couldn't even imagine. Li Yang had a smile on his face. My parents are already kings, so there is no need to worry about any danger now. There are only about 20 people on the entire planet who can pose a threat to his parents. Dong dong dong. At this moment, there was a sudden knock on the door. Zhao Rou went to open the door, and Zhao Qianxing and Zhao Kun came in. Seeing Zhao Qianxing, a shameless old guy, the smile on Li Yang's face disappeared a little. He knew that when news of his death in the ruined space came out, Zhao Qianxing directly chose to leave Linhai City. This behavior naturally made Li Yang even more disgusted with him. After glancing at Zhao Qianxing, Li Yang withdrew his gaze. He looked at Li Qiahe and said, "Dad, you have reached the king level now. I have exchanged a set of swordsmanship for you to explain." When Li Qiahe heard Li Yang's words, he understood why Li Yang said that. He smiled and nodded and said, "Okay." The father and son went to the back. At this time, Zhao Qianxing had a look of shock on his face and said, "Zyro, what did Li Yang mean by the king of the sea level just now?" In the past few days, he also knew that Li Qiahe and Zhao Rou had swallowed spiritual fruits and continuously improved their strength. Rightward arrow. Zhao Rou said softly, "Dad, brother Hai and I have both broken through to the king level now." King level. After receiving a confirmed reply, Zhao Qianxing was shocked. King level, a godlike existence on land. Have the daughter who was kicked out by him and the son-in-law Li Qiahe who he despised reached this level? For a moment, Zhao Qianxing didn't know what he was feeling. If I had saved Li Qiahe, Xiao Xiang would definitely have reached the king level now. Zhao Qianxing couldn't help but think about it, regretting it in his heart. In the previous ruins space, Li Yang obtained many spiritual fruits, the 3 striped golden fruit that improved his strength, and the purple golden fruit that helped him break through to the king level. These are all obtained under the eyes of everyone. Now, Li Qiahe and Zhao Rou had obviously reached the king level with the help of Li Yang's spiritual fruit. And Zhao Xiang is a cultivator. If the Zhao family has a good relationship with Li Qiahe, then he can ask Li Yang for a few spiritual fruits. Then it will be easy for Zhao Xiang to break through to the king level. Regretful in his heart, Zhao Qianxing could only endure it. With a smile on his face, he said, okay, Li Yang is a capable man, Zyro, you and Qiahe really gave birth to a good son." After finishing speaking, Zhao Qianxing couldn't help but said, "Zyro, can you ask Li Yang if there are any spiritual fruits left? Your nephew Zhao Xiang is now at the earth level. Because of his lack of strength, he encountered great danger and almost died. If his strength can be improved a bit, he doesn't need to be at the king level, he can just be raised to the heaven level." Zhao Qianxing said shamelessly that when Zhao Xiang was young, Zhao Rou, as his aunt, took care of him. At this time, Zhao Qianxing was playing the emotional card again. Xiao Xiang encountered great danger? Almost died. Hearing this, Zhao Rou's expression changed. However, there was a look of embarrassment on her face, and she said, "Dad, these spiritual fruits are all from Yang Yang." It was also difficult for her to speak to her son. "It's okay, Zyro. Just ask a little bit. If Li Yang doesn't want to, then forget it," Zhao Qianxing said quickly. Seeing what Zhao Qianxing said, Zhao Rou could only say, "Then let me give it a try." On the balcony, Li Qiahe smiled and said, "Yang Yang, did you just say that on purpose?" Of course Li Yang nodded, with a trace of disdain in his eyes, and said, "Dad, you are a king now. Zhao Qianxing can only please you. You have nothing to do to show him off. With him, such a realistic person will never be angry." Hearing this, Li Qiahe was helpless. Even if he had this thought in his mind, he would not do that to Zhao Qianxing in front of Zhao Rou. Yang Yang. At this time, Zhao Rou came over, hesitated slightly, and then said what Zhao Qianxing said. Give Zhao Xiang the spiritual fruit. After hearing this, Li Yang refused directly and said, Mom, I will not give the spiritual fruit to the Zhao family. They have the ability to find it themselves. Li Yang sneered in his heart. Zhao Qian was about to reach his target. His parents have a relationship with the Zhao family, but he does not. From now on, if he has any treasure, he will never take care of the Zhao family. After his parents broke through to the king level, Li Yang was even more relieved, and most of his thoughts were focused on cultivation. After practicing, he went to Haida to find Zhou Yao, and their relationship quickly heated up. Zhou Yao, your boyfriend is here. When they came to Haida, several girls were walking with Zhou Yao. When these girls saw Li Yang, they immediately smiled. They are Zhou Yao's roommates. Of course, Zhou Yao also has a house outside, but occasionally lives in a dormitory. Li Yang. Seeing Li Yang, Zhou Yao's face was filled with a happy smile and she quickly ran over. Let's go. Li Yang smiled and held Zhou Yao's hand, nodded slightly to the other girls, and left with Zhou Yao. Oh, Yao Yao is really completely in love. A tall, beautiful girl sighed. Another shorter girl said with a smile, Zhang Yan, Li Yang is very good. He is tall and handsome. If I had a boyfriend like this, I would wake up laughing in my dreams. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 138. So I often say you are naive. The tall Zhang Yan said quietly, Yao Yao is a student of Hainan University, and her family is very well off. I saw her family driving her to school in a luxury car before. As for Li Yang, you also know that he has not studied in college, and has no job. Yao Yao's conditions are so good, but Li Yang is not a good match for her, but Yao Yao is not aware of her advantages now. She is very realistic. In her opinion, Zhou Yao is beautiful and has a good family background, while Li Yang has not studied in university and is obviously not from the same world as Zhou Yao. Let's not worry about Yao Yao's affairs. She can definitely handle it by herself, the short girl Sun Kikai said with a smile. Hearing this, Zhang Yan smiled and said, I just said it casually, Kikai, please don't say these words to Zhou Yao. They were talking casually. At this time, there were two girls not far away. One of them looked very familiar. She turned out to be Qin Yu, the daughter of Qin Shanchuan. Li Yang previously found Dragon Palace Wengrong Luo in the ocean, caught bluefin tuna, etc., and saved a lot of trouble with the help of Qin Shanchuan. Yu, it's Li Yang. Next to Qin Yu, there was a petite and lively-looking girl. This girl is Qin Yu's best friend Chu Tingting. They are actually studying at Hainan University. Yet Qin Yu nodded slightly. Her understanding of Li Yang was still based on a little bit of luck. In the past, at Xinhu Square in Beijing, Li Yang exposed his identity as a cultivator, and Qin Shanchuan also knew about it. However, Qin Shanchuan had always hidden this matter in his heart and had not told Qin Yu. Well, seeing as Li Yang has a girlfriend, Yu Yukin has no chance. Chu Tingting sighed. Hearing this, Qin Yu suddenly said angrily, Damn Tingting, what did you say? Chu Tingting said with a smile, I always feel that this Li Yang is extraordinary. If you follow him, you will definitely become a successful person. If you think it's unusual, go and chase him, Qin Yu said angrily. She doesn't have any special relationship with me, so how can I pursue her? Chu Tingting said with a smile, you have such a great advantage, and your father has such a good relationship with Li Yang's father, the chance is great. If you say it again, I will beat you. How many times have I told you that I have no interest in Li Yang? He is not my hero, Qin Yu said angrily. Hearing this, Chu Tingting quickly took her hand and said, Okay, no more. On the street, Li Yang and Zhou Yao were wandering, each talking about something of their own. Of course, most of it was Zhou Yao who said that Li Yang had no other activities except practicing. Li Yang, 3 days later, our class is planning an outing to the sea, Zhou Yao said with a smile. Oh? Going on a trip to the sea, Li Yang smiled and said, have you signed up? No, I took a boat trip with my family before, and it was so uncomfortable to get seasick that time. Zhou Yao shook her head. After thinking for a moment, Li Yang said with a smile, how about, when you have a holiday in 3 days, we can have fun at sea in a different way? I will take you flying. Li Yang's training resources, in addition to his own family, can also accumulate Zhou Yao's strength to the king level. But Zhou Yao didn't want to. The spirit fruit was too precious. If she used it, she would feel a huge psychological burden. However, with Li Yang's insistence, her strength now reached heaven level. Hearing Li Yang's words, Zhou Yao's eyes lit up and she said, okay, Li Yang, if you take me flying over the sea, it will definitely be fun. Li Yang took her flying, but never on the sea. Then it's settled, Li Yang said with a smile. Now Li Yang is really living a leisurely life. After practicing, he spends time with his family and Zhou Yao. After a month, he will understand the law of thunder and lightning to a certain extent and break through to the realm of law. Then he will tell Shen Xian. At that time, Shen Xian would definitely choose to contact foreign civilizations and expose the earth. Everything is going in a good direction. The huge ocean stretches as far as the eye can see. Crash. The sea water kept churning, and a wave came, getting bigger and bigger, rushing towards the distance, seemingly without end. Call out. Suddenly, a light spot struck at an alarming speed. The light spot became bigger and bigger. It turned out to be a strange aircraft with a diameter of dozens of meters. At this time, the aircraft stopped strangely on the sea. A portal on the aircraft opened, and a figure walked out. This is a figure similar to the one on Earth, but completely different in other aspects. Its skin is completely blue, and it has strange antennae on its head and a tail on its back. There is a trace of black secret lines on its face, and its eyes are purple. At first glance, it looks a bit like the strange life in the movie Avatar. It's a familiar planet. How can such a weak planet occupy those precious mineral veins? There was a smile on this figure's lips, but there was no emotion in his eyes. Shen Xian, you have blocked me for 20 years, and I can't do anything to you, but God help me, I don't need to be afraid of you anymore when I come back this time. This strange being waved his right hand, and a bottle of blue potion appeared in his hand. Crack. When he grasped it with his right hand, the bottle of the blue potion was shattered, and the blue potion was directly integrated into the ocean. Watching the blue potion blend into the sea water, this strange creature's eyes showed a look of anticipation. Shen Xian, you threatened me before, saying that you would contact alien civilizations and expose the existence of the earth to the human temple, so that I could not get any mineral resources. This time, I want you to take the initiative to expose it. You should thank me, right? Next, welcome the gift that I, Jin Mora, bring to the earth. The car stopped in an empty place. Zhou Yao came out of the car. Not only Zhou Yao, but also her aunt Zhou Xiaoun and second uncle Zhou Tiantao. Haha, Li Yang, we meet again. Zhou Yao and Zhou Xiaoun did not say anything. Zhou Tiantao's face was full of smiles and extremely enthusiastic. When Zhou Tiantao first met Li Yang, he did not have a very pleasant quarrel with Li Yang, but he never dared to do it again. He took the initiative to come and apologize to Li Yang. Every time they met, he was very enthusiastic. This enthusiasm made even Zhou Yao and Zhou Xiaoun feel a little embarrassed. Li Yang nodded slightly at Zhou Tiantao. He did not have much bad feelings towards Zhou Tiantao. Of course, he did not have any good feelings towards him. Zhou Yao is Zhou Yao, and the Zhou family is the Zhou family. He must treat them differently. Li Yang, my second uncle and my aunt came here for something, so they came together, Zhou Yao said. Li Yang. Zhou Xiaoun greeted Li Yang. She was still sighing at her niece's good luck in her heart, finding someone like Li Yang. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 139. Li Yang nodded slightly, smiled at Zhou Yao and said, let's go. Second uncle, sister-in-law, let's go. Zhou Yao waved to Zhou Tiantao and Zhou Xiaoun. Then, under their envious eyes, he and Li Yang flew directly into the sky and flew towards the distance. Wow, Li Yang, this sea water looks really shocking and beautiful. Flying with Li Yang on the ocean, Zhou Yao looked at the churning sea water below and admired. Li Yang smiled and said, this scenery will be more beautiful in the morning. He took Zhou Yao to play everywhere on the sea. At this time, his octopus clone was swimming freely on the bottom of the sea. Li Yang's strength has reached the peak of king level, and at this time, the strength of the octopus clone has also completely reached. Its body length has even reached 50 meters at this time, and it is definitely an invincible existence in the ocean. The time was so long and the octopus clone was so fast. The ocean area it explored was unknown. The octopus clone even discovered several large sunken ships with many things on them. However, for Li Yang now, those sunken ships are of little value, so he is too lazy to move. The bottom of the sea seems to be much quieter today, and there are many fewer marine life. The octopus clone was swimming, with a trace of doubt in its eyes. There used to be many and various creatures on the seabed, but today it feels like a lot of them have disappeared, and even large schools of fish can't be seen. Suddenly, the octopus clone waved its tentacles and attacked directly. There, a giant shark with a length of more than 20 meters was attacking. This giant shark's eyes were full of violence. It was not afraid of the octopus clone at all, and its sharp teeth bit directly towards it. A shark with heavenly strength. The face of the octopus clone remains unchanged. There are some mutant beasts in the ocean. Li Yang encountered them very early. The battle scene was also seen by Xiao Ji at that time. Later, he was invited by Xiao Ji to join the Tianyuan Palace. The strength of the octopus clone is at the peak of the king level, and it is easy for the shark with this heaven level strength. One tentacle wraps around it, and the giant shark dies. Just as he was about to leave, the octopus clone suddenly showed an incredible look in his eyes. In the surroundings, 5 more great white sharks appeared at this time. These great white sharks were all over 10 meters in size, exuding earth level or heaven level fluctuations, and one even reached the peak of heaven level. How is it possible? Why are there so many mutated great white sharks on the bottom of the sea? At this time, above the ocean, Li Yang showed a trace of doubt in his eyes. According to the data from Tianyuan Palace, most of those mutated beasts gained the strength to rival cultivators because they inadvertently swallowed spiritual fruits, herbs, etc. However, spiritual fruit and herbs are extremely rare, and the number of mutant beasts is also very small, and the strongest ones do not even exceed the peak of the heaven level. Therefore, no country is afraid of these mutant beasts. But at this time, so many mutant beasts suddenly appeared, and they were all so strong? Could it be that there are many medicinal herbs and spiritual fruits appearing somewhere? Li Yang thought to himself. The octopus clone swept around and killed all the giant great white sharks around it. Then, the octopus clone continued to swim. Next, he continued to encounter mutant sea creatures, and even a king-level mutant sea creature appeared. Moreover, he also encountered a large fishing boat. A mutated sea creature obviously wanted to attack the fishing boat. Fortunately, he was killed by the octopus clone in time. Li Yang, what's wrong? Above the ocean, Zhou Yao saw Li Yang's expression changing and couldn't help but ask. Li Yang said with a hint of solemnity in his voice, "Zhou Yao, let me make a call." He dialed Shen Xian's number directly. It is definitely not a coincidence that so many mutated creatures suddenly appeared in the ocean, and they are so powerful. "Hello." Shen Xian's voice came over the phone. Zhou Yao knew that Li Yang was calling Shen Xian, the strongest person on earth, so she didn't dare to speak and stayed quietly by Li Yang's side. "Palace Master, I am now in a sea area on the east side of the Pacific Ocean. I have found a large number of mutated marine creatures here, even king-level ones," Li Yang said quickly. "I already know." Shen Xian's voice was also solemn as he said, "These were done by the alien Jin Mora." Jin Mola, hearing this, Li Yang was startled. "Li Yang, the ocean is very unsafe now. I have arranged for all people on the sea to return to the shore immediately. You will be responsible for the surrounding sea areas to prevent those mutant marine creatures from attacking ordinary people." Shen Suandeo. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Yang's cell phone rang, and a message arrived. "Alert! Alert! There is a huge danger in the ocean, please return to the shore as soon as possible." This information was actually sent by 110. Not only Li Yang, but also Zhou Yao's cell phone rang and received the same message. After hearing what Shen Xian said, Li Yang immediately nodded and said, "I understand, Palace Master." After hanging up the phone, Zhou Yao quickly asked, "Li Yang, did something happen?" "Yes," Li Yang said solemnly, "now there are many mutant creatures in the ocean. The strength of these creatures is completely equivalent to that of cultivators. Zhou Yao, I will send you back first." "Okay." Zhou Yao nodded quickly, knowing that Li Yang had important things to do later. After sending Zhou Yao to the shore, Li Yang returned immediately. Just after returning, he received another message, which was sent by Tianyuan Palace. "Li Yang, these are the fishing boats photographed by the satellite. One of the fishing boats is being attacked by marine life." Looking at this information, Li Yang quickly flew towards the fishing boat. While flying, Li Yang asked, "Han Mo, do you know what's going on?" Han Mo did not appear, but his voice reached Li Yang's ears. "If nothing unexpected happens, the blue spirit potion should be put into the sea water." "Blue spirit potion, what is this?" Li Yang asked. "Well, blue spirit potion is a very violent potion that promotes biological evolution. This potion, even if there is only a trace of it, is taken by any life. In a short period of time, even if it is just an ordinary person, the life will directly increase to the peak of the king level." "What? From ordinary to the peak of the king level?" Li Yang was shocked. "Is this a potion that increases strength?" "Just like those spiritual fruits and herbs that increase strength, as long as they are swallowed, the strength will increase in a short period of time." "Yes, but its effect is strong, and the side effects are also great. After the effect of the medicine wears off, it is basically certain to die," Han Mo said calmly. Han Mo continued, "Looking at the situation now, the blue spirit potion has been diluted countless times after being put into the sea water, but even if it is diluted, it will cause many Earth-level and Sky-level mutant creatures to appear in the oceans of your Earth, and even some King-level ones will appear. From the city to the strongest in the universe." Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 140. Although Li Yang was shocked by what Han Mo said, he didn't think it was anything. Writing this, I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. But what Han Mo said next made Li Yang's expression suddenly change. "According to my inference, the number of these kings should reach more than 1,000 within a month. Your Earth is going to suffer. With those more than 100 kings and Shen Xian of the Low Realm, even if all of them are, it will take at least several months to destroy it, and in these months, your Earth will definitely suffer huge damage. Even if Shen Xian is in the Low Realm, Shen Xian is only one person, and it will take a long time to fly across the entire Earth. It can only deal with one marine creature at a time at most, and it can only be out of reach against those far away. What? More than 1,000 king level ones? Li Yang's face suddenly became extremely ugly. There are so many king level ones, so many earth level ones, and so many heaven level ones, the number is definitely more. Just like Han Mo said, the earth will suffer next. Why did the alien Jin Mora do this? Isn't he afraid that Palace Master Shen Xian will directly choose to defeat the enemy and expose the existence of the earth to other civilized planets? Li Yang asked. Han Mo shook his head and said quietly, how do I know what Jin Mora is thinking? He didn't have any mood swings at all. On the whole earth, he only cares about Li Yang. Even if the earth is destroyed, he doesn't care. Li Yang looked ugly, and suddenly his eyes looked not far away. At this time, he had arrived at the sending location of Tianyuan Palace. There a ship appeared and a huge sea serpent was attacking. Huh? Qin Yu. Seeing the people on the ship, Li Yang's eyes narrowed slightly. Times degree times degree times. Today, Qin Yu and Chu Tingting went out for fun by boat. When she was in Linhai City, she had gone out to sea to play, but the sea view here was definitely different from that in Linhai City, so she was still very interested. Wow, Yu, what a beautiful scenery. Chu Tingting was shouting and taking pictures with her mobile phone. Qin Yu also had a smile on her face, holding her mobile phone and taking pictures from time to time. While taking pictures, suddenly her cell phone rang. I looked at it and saw that it was a text message warning of dangers in the ocean. Alert! Alert! There is a huge danger in the ocean, please return to the shore as soon as possible. Hey, Yu, what does this text message mean? Looking at the text message, Chu Tingting looked puzzled, it was sent from 110. Qin Yu shook her head and said, I don't know. Her face was also full of confusion. Why did 110 suddenly send such a message? At this moment, the owner of the ship came out and said, the ship will start returning soon. Please pay attention. Ah, no. We just came out and we haven't seen enough of the sea view yet. Hearing this, other people on the boat were immediately dissatisfied. There were more than 20 people on the entire ship, all students from Hainan University who were out for fun this time. Many people don't take the dangerous information seriously at all. No matter how you look at it, that information looks a bit like scam information. The key is that there are no signs of this crisis on Earth. The fastest way to let everyone know is to first send a text message warning of the danger. No matter what, first of all, let everyone have a sense of vigilance. Bang! At this moment, suddenly the entire ship shook violently, as if it had been hit by something. The shaking caused several people on the boat to even fall. What's going on? Have no idea. Instantly, someone on the boat panicked. Rightward arrow. Chu Tingting also fell. After getting up, she quickly came to Qin Yu and said in fear, Yu, what's going on? The message just now said that there is danger in the sea, and our ship is shaking. There is no real danger bar. She had just received the text message and was feeling nervous when something like this suddenly came and she couldn't help but think about it. Qin Yu comforted, it's okay, Ting, maybe the ship hit something. As soon as she finished speaking, her eyes suddenly showed a look of extreme shock. Hiss! A scalp-numbing roar came, and the sea water surged. At this moment, a huge sea snake suddenly jumped out of the sea water. This sea snake was more than 20 meters long, with a red body, and stared at the people on the ship with violent and cold eyes. Ocean monster. A girl was horrified when she saw this huge sea snake. Not only her, but other people also had extremely frightened expressions on their faces, looking at the sea snake in fear. They have seen ocean disaster movies. Ships traveling in the ocean encounter giant octopuses, great white sharks, etc. People on the ships continued to die. But, that was a movie, but now the scene in the movie actually happened. Yui Chu Ting Ting was frightened and hugged Qin Yu, trembling. As for Qin Yu, she was also frightened at this time, and she felt unable to move. Hiss. Another scalp-numbing sound came, and the huge sea snake wrapped around the ship suddenly moved, and its direction was towards Qin Yu. The huge throwing head and the scarlet snake letter made Qin Yu directly feel the breath of death. Her face was full of fear and panic at this time, and she hugged Chu Ting Ting. Am I going to die here? Finally, only this thought came to Qin Yu's mind. Fear, terror, unwillingness, but at this time, the huge sea snake was already close at hand. Qin Yu even thought of himself and Chu Ting Ting being swallowed by it. Boom! Suddenly, the huge sea snake stopped, and its eyes showed an extremely painful look, and lightning appeared on its body. Wrapped in lightning, its whole body directly broke away from the ship and rolled painfully in the air. God! Suddenly, someone was shocked. The frightened Qin Yu looked subconsciously, but was stunned for a moment. In front of the huge sea snake rolling in pain, there was an extremely young man. Looking at this, it was obvious that the lightning was controlled by the young man. Li Yang. Qin Yu murmured, as if he thought he was dreaming. Li Yang was standing in the void at this time. How could this be possible? Fortunately, I arrived in time. Li Yang glanced at Qin Yu and others on the boat. If he had come a little later, Qin Yu and others would probably have become the feast of the sea snake. With a clench of his right hand, the huge sea snake was instantly divided into several parts under the effect of thunder and lightning, and then its entity fell from the air into the sea. Are you okay? After getting rid of the sea snake, Li Yang looked at Qin Yu and asked. Speaking of which, his father Li Kuahe and Qin Yu's father Qin Shanchuan had a very good relationship. He would not say nothing when he met Qin Yu now. I'm fine. Looking at Li Yang, Qin Yu suddenly reacted and shook her head hurriedly. The ocean is not safe now, you guys should go back quickly, Li Yang said in a deep voice. After speaking, he did not stop, turned around and flew away quickly. Thanks to Banzhengliang Liang Daoshang for the 1500 reward, and thanks to 08A, Ji Yuan Xiaotian, and Yugan Qingtian for the 100 rewards, thank you.